on in a minute. Okay, that's enough. We're going to be talking about Bookpage tonight. And are there any African American recommendations for the Blackout 2018 that I can pull from? And we'll see about that. I think there might be one or two. I didn't expect a lot because I get the Bookpage every single month from my library where it's free. So, if you are here, thank you so much for being here. Kia Danae, KT, Musical Toddy, Brown Eyed Reader, Venitra, Ashley, Sharon, Denise Rader, Patricia, Angela, Columbus Moore, and Stevie and Marley, and Get a Q, and Denise, the Nappy Bookish Babe, and all of you. Keisha Forsaken, all of you. Olivia Pope, Viola Davis, how you doing? Bernice L. McFadden, hi girl, hi. Just all playing. Anyway, hi Denzel Washington. Hi Dawn. Hi Rebecca. Hi Nicole. Hi Joe. And Joe Smith. I am speaking to you like you're Joe Smith because I have a sister-in-law named Joe Smith. So if you are not my sister-in-law, I'm like, hey, sissing you. And I almost said, hey sis, love you, whatever. And I was like, I don't know if this is my sister. But anyway, hi Joe, both of you. Hi Michael, my only brother. I love you so much. My brother's so dope and talented. He's a musician, plays the guitar. Alright, let me stop because I done took too much of your time playing around. That's why we always go over, but we're not going over tonight. No, we're not. That's what we do. Thank you so much for enjoying your enjoying the Saturday Booktube Live. It was fun talking to you guys and also seeing and getting messages from you on Twitter and also Instagram. I got hair on the lip. I got a lot of them because I still got my mustache growing back. Oh my gosh. So anyway, this is Denise Cooper. This is Booktube Live, where I talk about books, art, books, and my life, and my life in art, and my life in books, because that's me, all I'm about, and Johnny Coltrane. So I'm going to stop Johnny Coltrane because I've had enough, and I haven't had enough, but I'm sure I need to get on with it. Pause, Johnny, pause. Pause, Johnny, pause. Pause, 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 Johnny, pause. I'm not nervous tonight or anything. I just feeling a little melancholy all week. And I go through this all the time. And it's not just because I'm an artist. I know a lot of people think all kind of weird things about artists. And maybe a lot of us are. Whatever. So it just is what it is. But the thing about the weirdness about being melancholy is I actually enjoy it. I know I have bouts of depression. I know I don't take medicine for it. I have medicine for it. It's all up in there. Half of them are not even open. My doctor gives them to me, and I just like once in a blue moon will take that stuff because it's just you're sitting there catatonic or whatever. Anyway, but I got some really good stuff that doesn't do that to you. I mean, it's very mild is what I'm saying versus what he first tried out on me. And I was like, no, sir, I'm not that bad. But anyway, it's a human thing. We go through bouts of depression. We go through bouts of anxiety. We go bouts of not wanting to be around a lot of people. Some of us more than others. Some of us want to, but can't. And that is my issue sometimes. And so the thing is, again, I love it. And the reason why I love it so much is because it affords me to do the things that I'm passionate about without having the need to be around a whole bunch of people. I don't need a painting partner to, to get me the paintbrushes and go get I don't need an assistant. I can go do all those things by myself. And I love the activity and the art where you have to go and shop for it. Excuse me, the paint. You have to go and you set up my little area, which looks a hot mess. And that's actually how it's supposed to look for me, because I'm dipping and dabbing out of all different colors and so forth. And is my painting done? Saturday was the end of the week. Is my book done for this week? It's the end of the week. It's the beginning of a new week for me. It is Sunday. I go to work tomorrow and this thing starts all over again. And sometimes that's just so much. Have you ever felt that? It's like, oh my gosh, it's just another day, another week, another dollar, another 15 cents, another bill coming through that I can pay because I have a job and I have first world problems and I'm a little melancholy and I get to read books and paint all day. And I can lay in a bed and not read my book and just take a nap and stare at my art, which I did for several hours today. And I listened to my book, my audiobook listen that I talked about, The Ancestors. I'm on the last CD. I would push play. It's like sitting here on pause because I'm on the last CD. I'm on like number 9, and there's usually like 16 or 17, you know. So, yeah, I'm going to finish that up as soon as I turn you guys off. Am I liking it? There are stories that I wasn't expecting. I would never actually, other than Stephen King, I don't go and shop for horror stories. I don't shop for vampire stories. I don't shop for that type of thing. This was interesting to me because it was called The Ancestors. That jumped out at me. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you are here for the first time, my name is Denise Cooper. I'm an artist and I love books. And this is my darn life on YouTube. And enjoy it. Go back and look at all those old videos. And I will leave them up. Okay, hopefully YouTube will leave them up. And sorry, I had to bend down because I'm all, that's what I do. So anyway, what I wanted to say is the ancestors. And let me actually go here. I'm not putting on my glasses. I'm actually seeing fuzzy stuff, so hopefully you guys can see it. Anyway, the ancestors. The reason why I picked it up, I was like, "Ooh, the ancestors! I want to read that." There's hands, there's trees, and it looks really scary and spooky. And I was like, Gyrot, or however you say that, Gyrot, I don't know, Griot. Yeah, they say it all the time, and then sometimes I can hear it in my head, but I can't speak the word. Does that ever happen to you? Is it just me? I don't think so. See my shirt. Okay, anyway. The Ancestors by L.A. Banks, dannnnnggg do, and Brandon Massey. She's probably gonna like, is she ever? And like, hopefully I get to meet her when I go down to the National Black Book Festival in October of this year. I hope I get to meet her and she can sign my books, okay? But dannnnnggg do is how you say it. I've listened to it so that I can understand it. Musical Toddy has helped me learn how to pronounce it. Banana, Tana. Okay, Tana. Like, okay, I put too much on it, obviously. So anyway, that's the reason why I picked it up, is because of her name, and since I do own a book by her. But again, the ancestors, the title and covers. I'm a cover by girl sometime, not all the time. Also, I have something for Musical Toddy, which I keep finding and misplacing and finding and misplacing, which is a good indication that I need to stop buying books, because I keep shifting around my bookshelves and I keep finding this thing that I was going to send her, and then I would lose it time and time and time after time again. So Musical Daddy, if you are here tonight, if not, I am going to contact you and have you send me your address so that I can send you said audiobook that I'll be showing again tonight, and maybe talk a little bit about it, because it left a good impression on me, because of the man telling the story. The narration was the bomb. It was so good, and I just enjoyed it. So I am listening to this. I'm on, what did I say, 9 or whatever, and it's about 17. I think the last one, it goes up to like 17. You know how songs do on it, whatever. So anyway, I'm on the last one, you guys. CD number 9. I'm here with it. And 3 different stories. The first one even though I'm on the dannnnnggg one, which I thought was they were saving to the last because maybe she's, I don't know, maybe she's the most popular. To me, she's the most popular name on here because I have never read a L.A. Banks book. I had a L.A. Banks book and I learned that it was about vampires, and um, I just wasn't interested, and I gave it to one of my coworkers at work. She enjoyed it, and then she passed it on to somebody. So it was like a revolving book, but I never read it. So it was just, because I give books away. People give me books too. So you know how it goes around in a circle when you're a book lover. Anyway, so I picked it up because of her, and I'm enjoying her story. Now, her story is more on the end. It seemed like a YA because the young people are the main subject of the story. Now, granted, their father and mother are going through some things, possibly divorce, I don't know. And, the kids are finding out little bits, because she kind of wants to go home and return to Ghana, her native country, her native, yeah, country, because her mother's not doing well, I believe. And she wants to take the kids with her. And the dad, right now, they're, at their grandparents' house along with their father. So it's a son and a daughter. And I think that there's another little girl, but one of them is too little. So it's mainly the two like preteeny kind of kids and their dad who go to see the grandparents, his parents, the father's parents. And it's good, but they're finding these ghosts. And the boy, he just loves ghost hunting, the young boy. And so he's trying to basically um, get it on record for these ghosts that have, been rumored at his grandmother's house. But it's like this dog comes first, and he doesn't know if it's a real dog or an actual ghost of a dog. And then this little boy appears, and then so these chain of events are coming. Each night he's having his little sister camp out in the living room, and they got the little, the night light on so they can record it. And this water fills up, and it's just kind of creepy. But the water is really not there, but they can actually feel the water and it's rising in the house. And so it's kind of spooky. And again, I've never picked up those stories other than, of course, I know Stephen King writes about spooky stuff, but I've never been scared of a Stephen King book. I was scared to death of the movie It. I jumped a lot. And I haven't read that book, and I probably won't now. But there's something about the way he tells the story that I probably will read that some years down in life. But anyway, saying all that to say that that's the only horror books that I have on my shelf that I purposely purchased. The only other that was horrific for me, talking about vampires, okay, because the second story was involved a vampire, and that was Brendan Massey's story. So it made me think, I'm like, do I even have any other than that LA Banks that I gave away? And I still don't know what it's all about. But I remembered one of my daughter's favorite writers is Anne Rice, right? I This is years ago. I'm talking DJ, my son is 24 now. I'm talking he was a baby, and I started reading Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire. Now the movie, to me, it lost its magic. Yeah, and my daughter loves it because she likes the whole thing, the vampire things. My favorite vampire story is Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is a classic, and I read that umpteen years ago. And the movie, to me, was very fitting. But I haven't watched any, scary type of movies since it. My son took me to see that. But before that, literally, it's been over 15 years, possibly. So, saying all that because of the vampire tale in here. So if anybody doesn't like vampires and scary stories, really it's not scaring me. It's just like that spooky element, but not like I'm not being spooked. Maybe because I'm too old or something. I don't know, but I'm not being spooked. And it's not that the storytelling is not good. It's just that I'm listening to a so-called spooky story. And but the only story that I've actually read that spooked me out was Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire. It was so beautifully written and haunting that I got scared and I trashed it. Yeah, I did. I threw away a book. That's the only book I've ever thrown away. There's millions of copies. Don't be mad at me. Don't. You said you could just give it away. But see, at the time I was reading the Bible and I was reading that, and one of them had to go. And it sure wasn't going to be my Bible. So this is not even messing with me. I think I'm just, I don't know. But the first story by L.A. Banks, that's still my favorite of the short story selection. And on the last CD of Miss Do. So that's my little where I'm at right now with this current read. Be finishing that up in probably another, what, 20, 30 minutes. I don't know. So that's that. And I'm going to say hi to you guys if anyone is here. And we'll be talking about the book page and did I find any? And we'll go through that. And Gwen Richardson, did I finish my books and my painting for this week? I'll say it now, no. And I'm so okay with it because I actually took off today to not like, and the Gwen Richardson book is so good. It's like very fast paced reading. However, I needed to like not talk today. And I have those days all the time where I just don't want to talk because I'll be talking all the time at my job and here. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I'm not getting paid, and nor will I ever. 10 people watching. Hi, 10 people watching. How are you? And this little colorful, say hello to Super Chat on YouTube Live. Okay, let me scroll down. I'm sorry, but that was very catching. It's like this really colorful, playful artwork. Anyway, hi, Denise Rader. So let me go back. I know you like Anne Rice, but the thing is, I think I could read Anne Rice now. Possibly, maybe, but I'm not sure if I don't need to because I got a lot of books, and I mailed people the Anne Rice books every time I would find one, and because I used to buy them, but now I have no Anne Rice books on my shelves. My daughter has any. I think I've given her some, but not a lot because she has most of them, and like she's an avid fan. And the one thing that I used to listen to Anne Rice interviews and everything, but anyway, just to bring up that element that she writes with is so spooky. And I remember she mentioned how spooky it made her and she had to stop for a while. So yeah, I don't need to read that. Anyway, hello, Kia Danae. I'm here, dang it, musical time. Okay. So you here, and I got something for you. And when you see it, you probably already know, like, she ain't never sent me that thing, and she just a liar, whatever. I'm gonna kill Denise. But anyway, I need to stop moving my books around, first of all, and I need to just do that. There's nothing else really I need to add to that, other than the fact that, sorry, I moved. You know I moved. And even before I moved, I had been moving stuff around, especially with the house that I had before. My room was so big. I had so many books. I did do some unhauling before I moved over. I did. So I still have lots of books. But anyway, hi everyone. Venetra's Book Club. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Venetra. Hello, Venetra's mom, if you're watching too. Hi, Toddy. She says, I see you got in early this time. Yes, I did. Oh, she did. Yeah. See, Toddy, you early because I know I was on time. I know she wasn't talking about me. Anyway, Toddy used to always be here on time. Hey, Venetra, she says, I actually saw the notification this time. Hello, everyone, says Denise Rader, Musical Toddy. Laugh out loud to your comments, says Kia Danae. Hey, Denise Rader. So everybody's speaking, and Toddy says Bookpage is good for at least one. Hey, girl, hey. Yeah, usually I find maybe 3, and so that's what my mindset was going in there, about 2 or 3, and I think that's all I found. And then I think one of them's not African American, it's like a Canadian, and I kept looking up writers right before live because I kept forgetting to do this because I didn't go on last Sunday, and this is the day I'll just think I'll pick on, the beginning of the month. Now we're at the 21st, but who cares? So when I go get a new one from the library, I will start my Sunday with this, possibly, and see what recommendations I can find for the Blackout Year in books. And so, of course, one of my new was going to be in here. And so we'll go ahead and talk about that after I speak to everybody. And she says, I'll remind you not to remind her. Okay, I'm going to remind you that you said we're not going over. Thank you. And thank you, Kia Danae. Thank you, Toddy and Kia Danae. No, we're not, because I don't have time for it tonight. This is a lot of time already. It's an hour, and nobody ain't trying to watch no hour and 20, 30-minute videos again. I actually made a playlist for all the lives today while I was just laying around in bed, pretty much doing nothing but shutting down my voice. What happened was I made a playlist and I started looking at some of the times I was like, whoa, remember when we started on my cell phone, which now it was me. Because remember on the cell phone, I couldn't make it bigger like I usually do my videos on the cell phone. Didi's the one that told me years ago, turn it around to the side and it'll come up to a very wide screen. People today still are doing it. I do it too still. But anyway, I couldn't get the live to do right. But it was me. I changed the portrait for some reason. And it had this little signal to turn it around. I pushed it and I was like, I could have been whatever. So anyway, all the old videos from September's Vlogtember, when I officially start going live here on this channel, all those little skinny videos, some of those videos, me, you, Toddy, all of us, we were on here for 2 hours. I thought it was just like one time we were on here for 2 hours. I think it was several. So not tonight, not probably ever again. I won't lie about that. Let me stop because I can get really hyped sometimes and don't care. So during this year, knowing that this is the last year that I'll be on Booktube because I'm not going to be doing it in 2019, I've tweeted about it. I've Instagrammed about it. I don't think, maybe, I don't know. And I've said something on this live. So anyway, and the reason being is because I already know, you guys already know, I already have my mapped out book challenges for myself for 2019, going across the water 4 quarters, and then 2020, a specific study on a writer or a subject like Toni Morrison, Richard Wright, the law, and what have you. So anyway, and it could be politics for the fourth, quarter. So anyway, those are the type of books and the subject matters that I want to dive into and not have to tell anybody about it, because not that I'm getting bored with BookTube at all. It's just that like I've said a million times on this channel before, I'm an artist and I like to study who more than anything else? Denise. And so I put myself in these challenges and these situations so that I can, at the end of the year, figure out how I changed myself. I like force myself to do things that I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to not be on the internet. I am obsessed with the internet, just as most of us are. But I don't want to be on it for the sake of, I want to put myself through that. There's so many of us out here and we're just finding each other and connecting because it's the World Wide Web. What do we expect? There's millions of people, and sometimes that can weigh on you. There's just so much to do and so much I want to do, and so I want to do that, I want to do this, and I want to go to that place, I need to travel more, I need to do that. And it's just so much. And I enjoy that because I've put myself through that type of pressure ever since I started this channel and being on any type of forum on social media. And so next year, I'm going to use my cameras and record and, play with the 4 quarters and do like a mini documentary of how my quarter went with my reading, with my art, and anything art-wise. I'm going to have to get back out into shows more because this is actually stopping it, because I can just be comfortable and sit here and you can see it. And if you want one, you can get it, that kind of a thing. So I'm forcing myself to do the thing that I want to do, and starting next year, I'm going to finish the book that I started in NaNoWriMo like in 2014. I'm like, why haven't I finished it? I like it, even if it's just an exercise to finish the darn thing. I don't want the internet in my head. I don't want to go, ooh, I finished this chapter today. Boom, upload a picture of my little, no, I don't want to do that. I want to force myself not to do that next year, and then upload possibly those things in 2020. And then in 2020, kind of ripple off of that, or maybe that'll be it. Because I kind of think that once I take myself off of it in 2020, I want to show it the 2019 year. But in 2020, I think that's when I'll be, 54 at that time. I'm not going to want to be sitting up here doing this, because I think that getting back to writing and also getting back to some socializing that I'm going to do in 2019 that I don't want to share with anyone, because it's, again, a challenge to do so and to get it recorded and force myself to put it on those little things that my sons are showing me how to download, the cards or whatever, and keep those in this nice little boxes that I make, and the months and the quarters, and keep them organized. And if I so willing want to show these little type of documentary style things that I'm going to put together in 2020, for 2020, then that's what I'll do. But I think I will be done with this type of format because I've done it for 8 years. And that's a long time. And things are not going to change for me unless I change those things for me. Not saying the booktube community has to change in any way, because I love it the way it is. It is all kinds of things going on in booktube. There are all types of booktubers and booktube people. So that is not, I'm not bored with booktube, not at all. I am just going to still do what Denise wants to do, and that is continue to force myself to challenge myself as an artist so that I can actually, like I said, review the year in my mind, because I have so many videos that I have not uploaded and cannot upload because I'm not finished with putting them together in a way that I want to, and therefore that'll give me time to use those, all of that footage. And I go back, like today, then let me make an apology. Today, I uploaded a video. That video was last year, I think. Yeah, that video was last year when I was reading The Wanderers, and I only took it off of private, so everybody that commented, it's not like a lot of people watch me, I'm just saying, the people who watched and commented, including my sister, Jo Smith, thought it was today. And I think I just read Dee Dee's comment before I hit live. I was like, I had braids in my hair. You guys know that we were in the chat room last night. My hair looked like this because I'm locking my hair again freeform like I've done before. There's no way that I put them long braids in my hair. And no, it does not look like that outside today. We actually had a little mini storm, but yesterday it was perfect. I could have went to the park and it could have looked like that. I don't know what's going on in Texas weather. We literally had like 17-degree weather one time, sleeting, and it was just crazy and cold. And then we had a spring day yesterday. And then today we had a thunderstorm that lasted like, what, 15 minutes. Okay. So anyway, with all that said, some of my videos that are old are on private. So I will be unprivating those. And I guess you're going to get a notification. Just, I think you can still look in the description box, and it has the date that I actually uploaded from what year, what month, and the day. Okay, so apologize for that. That was not today. I did not put anything in my hair. I did not do that. I didn't go outside the apartment today. Did not do it. Okay, so that's straight. Hi, Angela. I saw purple. I saw purple, and I know it's you. Hi, Angela D. How are you? And let me say, Denise Rader said, they said I was depressed because I don't like to go outside. And I said, no, I just like my house and my books. Laugh out loud. Yes, Denise Rader. But also, I know that as much as I do like it, I know that sometimes it's a strain for me to actually go anywhere. But I do want to get back to my concerts and stuff. I do miss that aspect of my life that I used to love doing, and I'll be doing that a lot more. And because there were some trips that I was supposed to make, and I just didn't do it this year or last year. So the book festivals, I'm looking forward to those. I'll be going to the Texas Book Festival, which is in Austin, Texas. And when did I go last year? Was it November? I don't know. Was it November? I know it was nice out. I think it was November. It wasn't in October. Girl, whenever. So I'll be going there again. This is the cup that I got from the Texas Book Festival. It's in Austin, which is 2.5 hours away from me. Houston is 4 hours exactly away from where I live. And so I'll be going to Houston in October. So those are the 2 book festivals I'll be going to. If I can find another one that's close, even if there's one, I kind of want to go to San Antonio. I've been to San Antonio once before, and then Denton. I think I'm not sure, but I think Denton has a book festival. But if they don't, I'll try to find something else, because I do want to go to several, and also going to be taking a trip to Killeen, Texas, because by the list on the www.aalbc.com, African American Literary Book Club, he has a list of all the African American owned stores that are left in America. So, and I did find them. Samda says so, who is Deirdre, on her wonderful channel with all those beautiful coffee table books. She told me about that, I think, when I mentioned it, or she mentioned it, and then I found them on his website, Troy Johnson's website, and it's got the address and everything, and they do have a YouTube channel, so I watched the video. So I'll be going to that bookstore sometime soon. I actually wanted to go like next month for Black History Month, so I might do that. Angela, you want to go, child? We're still supposed to go to the Doc Bookshop. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do, and those are my plans. And so now you know, and I'm going to say, hey, a little bit more, and then we're going to go through the very few suggestions for the book page. It is 32 minutes, so I only got like 28 minutes left. Denise Rader, Love and Rice. I know. Venitra's book club, Misery with Kathy Bates, is one of my favorite movies, and I have always wanted to read the novel by Stephen King. Superb. I love her, and she's got a new show on Netflix or something about some marijuana or something. But she's good. But Misery is an unforgettable movie. It's a good book. It's really good, and that was years ago. So gosh, I'm old. Anyway, oh my God, is it the black dude in the concentration camp one? Let me go back because I'm gonna miss something. And it's amazing and comforting for me to see so many other people dealing with depression and anxiety, says anxiety. Musical Toddy, yay for depression and anxiety. My actual appeal is for both of them, because the first one he subscribed to, prescribed to me. Yeah, we read too many books talking about subscription services and subscribe. My doctor has subscribed me some. Stop. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, the first one was like just too strong. I was like, I can't function, and so years went by. I wouldn't take nothing, and then the one that he has me on now, again, I'm just not good at taking it because I just. Like I said, sometimes I literally will cry through a painting, and there's a lot of them that I did, and they're also, so I must be really good when I'm depressed, child. Okay. Anyway, anywho, anyhow, any what? Let's go through this. Actually, just really want to talk to y'all. Look at that, but I do want to go through this book page. Okay. Hey, girl, hey. So they said, okay, I read that. Venitra, Denise, and Musical Toddy, you are not alone. I think we all experience these types of ups and downs, some of us more than others, so it is nice to hear others share their stories, says Venitra. Exactly. Angela says, hello, everyone. Everybody speaks to Angela. I love Tananarive, says Musical Toddy. I'll be so jealous if you meet her. How about you be jealous, like right now, because I'm going down there specifically for her. No, seriously, I really want to meet her, and the conferences are so cool because they talk to the whole audience, and there's several different setups, so the audience for her might be bigger and another one might be smaller. So I'm gonna try to dip and dive out of several, but I'm definitely going to not dip out of hers. I'm going specifically to see and listen to anything that she has to say about her books and about the writing experience, because what I notice and that's again why I started the independent series and I'm doing the Blackout, is because this festival caters to African American independent writers, and there's lots of them. And then you have these very well-to-do writers, get to speak to them, so you get to hone your craft a little bit. You get some tips and tricks and all that good stuff. So that's that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm hoping to get my book signed, but I had no problem getting my book signed by everybody that I met when I went. Dwayne Alexander Smith for 40 Acres was the bomb. But like I told y'all once before, for some reason, every time I would do an interview with a writer, hardly anybody watched. And then the next day it would just be me. And then y'all would watch more. And I'm saying y'all as far as people subscribe, or maybe just somebody passed. I don't know if I titled it better. I don't know. And so I kind of blamed myself. I was like, I got to stop talking to these writers because they're thinking nobody's watching them. And I even told you guys one time, and the guy, he had apologized to me. He goes, oh my God, I watched your channel after you interviewed me. And people are watching you more than they're watched me. Did I do something wrong? And I was like, no, you did not do anything wrong. It's just booktube community, and we kind of like to watch each other. That's the only excuse that I could give him. And that's that, because I'm like, Dwayne Alexander Smith, I'm talking to Dwayne Alexander Smith, right? And it's like, not even, it didn't even break 100 views. I was like, oh, okay. All right. So, yeah. Okay, so I thought it might have been onto something, but you could never gauge anything. And it could be just me. And so, because there are people that talk to writers on their channels all the time, and the views are astronomical. So it could be just a Denise thing. Not that I care, but I'm just saying it could be me. You know, I didn't want that writer. I didn't know he was watching that many of my videos. And it wasn't Dwayne Alexander Smith that said that. It was a different person. And he apologized. And I was like, oh, dude, it's just a booktube community. I said, and I even told him at the time, there are a lot of independent writers or even very well-to-do writers like Bernice L. McFadden. And I mean, booktube, you know, there's what, the upper echelon of booktube, whatever. Ain't nobody better than me, and I ain't better than nobody. But anyway, there's booktubers that have loads of followers, 200,000s, 100,000s, 10, 15,000s. And so, then you would go to that booktube person that with 100,000 views in a week could hold up this book that that writer wrote, and that writer has a booktube channel, and they got 5 subscribers, the writer. So the community of booktube is watching the community of booktube. People that are watching booktube watch booktube, and not so much as the writer. The main writer that like is involved in booktube as much as just in my little corner of this booktube world is Bernice L. McFadden, who talks to all of us, you know, and shares our tweets all the time. So I know if I watched, like I watched Toddy the other day, I think she retweeted, but she'll retweet our videos. She retweets Kay, she retweets Brown Girl Reading. I was going to say Deirdre, but it's Dee Dee at Brown Girl Reading. So she retweets, and she's very involved. And Dee Dee got to meet her, and I was a little jealous because I could have drove over there. I could have drove over there. I was like, what was wrong? Why didn't I go? So anyway, so be jealous, Toddy. I said all of that just to say that. Just all of that. And we got 39 minutes, so we are going into the book page. And this is what I found very quickly, because it's just really, it's really quick for them. So it's going to be really quick for me. The only one I found, and then when I read about the author, when I'm into the children's section. Okay, actually, let me go before the children's section, because there is one adult fiction novel. And now I'm all the way on page 26. And so there's only 1, 2, 3, about 4 more pages left of the book page. And I'm into the publisher's favorites. And the second book is Sing Unburied Sing by Jesmyn Ward. And it has her National Book Award winner little blue dot thing there. Let me get off of the chat so I can see what you guys are seeing. All right, so there it is. You see it? Let me put my finger on it. It'd be right there. And everything else is not. So that's on the 27th page. After going through those and looking up some of the writers, because I didn't recognize their names, and they could have been African American, I don't know. So I looked, I do what I do, right? And I couldn't find any until that page. And then skip that page. I don't think there was any there. And so I dog-eared this page, and this is from the children's section. There's a top pick, and then down here it says I Am Loved, a picture book by Nikki Giovanni, illustrated by Ashley Bryan. And it's really beautiful. Oh my gosh, the artwork on the cover is beautiful. It's very small, so you guys are not going to see it. And then the second book, From the Heart of Africa, and I'm going to read that one, edited by Eric Walters. And I think this is the one that was from Canada. Okay, so I don't know. From the Heart of Africa, I think so. Most American readers have never set foot in Africa. Its customs and languages may seem distant and even foreign, but the words handed down by its people contain the same wisdom handed down throughout the world. In From the Heart of Africa, Canadian author Eric Walters presents 15 proverbs gathered during his travels throughout Africa. Representing many African countries and cultures, the proverbs are short and simple, a place of origin, and a brief description written at a child's level. supplement each proverb, but the accompanying artwork is what truly elevates the book. Yay for artwork. Um, the artists are from all walks of life: a street artist, a horticulturalist, and art teachers and designers all lend their creativity. Nobody called me. And they use a variety of mediums and styles. While each illustration is unique, shared traditions and cultural pride create continuity from page to page. Collectively, the images are vibrant, celebratory, and full of texture. I love texture in paintings, and I have not used any of my favorite textures in these paintings that I'm doing once a week because I don't have time for it, and they would definitely be a painting every 2 weeks because I have a job. So anyway, a foreword informs readers on the importance of oral tradition, making this an important addition to school libraries. Good. From the Heart of Africa reminds us that while Africa is at a great distance, the soul of the continent and humanity is never far. Now that sounds interesting. It's not a book that I can read for that Blackout. That sounds like something I would buy for myself to read and then pass on to my grandkids. Canadian author again, Eric Walters. Yeah. So anyway, that was that, and that's it. The whole magazine. 3 things. 3 things, man. So that'd be it. And yeah. Hi, 13 people. How are you? It's 43 minutes and counting, and I'm going back to talk to you guys because that's kind of what I want to do. Anyway, welcome to this Sunday Booktube Live. Wearing my National Black Book Festival t-shirt, getting myself ready, and ready. Oh, let me stop playing. Toddy, this is so I spend so much time alone because I can entertain the heck out of myself. And oh, first of all, I got my stack here in order. I got my phone, which I was looking up those writers to see which one I could read, and I did want to read some synopsises, and didn't want to just spend the whole time with my face turned this way. Yeah. Anyway, I am still on. Actually, no, I've read a little bit, so I'm on page 221 instead of 220. I'm over here with it now instead of over here, and this is really good. It's about Lloyd Palmer. I told you guys, he's a journalist at the Houston Ledger, and he's an African American male. He's very good looking, and he's breaking story after breaking story after breaking story. He's got some little fame going on. His boss Ed is a white male who don't like him, and he doesn't like the fact that this guy got on with the affirmative action type of, so it's that kind of a thing. But it's so good. But the thing is, the cases that he's the stories that he has to go on, Ed just sends him on story after story, mainly in the Black community, and something got out of control because I don't want to tell. I think you guys should read this. This is really good. This is Gwen Richardson, rather, and she is the co-founder of the National Black Book Festival. I will say it again until I go. Anyway, but I'll be finished with this right tonight because I really want to stay up. I slept enough today, and I'm looking at my painting. I'm going to finish that, and I don't want to post any pictures until I'm done. So anyway, I am enjoying this, and what I was going to say is the stories keep getting more gruesome. I mean, like the first story that he's on is just like, oh, who would do that? And it's kind of like the Susan Smith sort of thing. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to spoil it. But it gets the whole city of Houston in an uproar with the Black community because obviously something happened and this lady blamed a Black male, and Black males were being picked up just for every little thing. And I just, I think you should read it. It's really good, but it's fast paced. It reads like a kind of, not like a thriller because the stories are, you already know what the stories are. They're graphics, like kind of like watching a CSI Law and Order. I don't know, but it's just good. I like the fact that he he's been on this job for 10 years and he's not going anywhere. And it's kind of one of those things where he's a journalist and somebody would pretty much have to get so old and retire as a news person and to so that he can, you know, move up in the company. And that's what he's battling with, and the fact that his boss is treating him this certain type of way. So I really enjoy it. Him and his wife are good people. I love how the dynamic that she has in here with Lloyd and his wife. I think her name is Stephanie, and then they have his best friend is Ron, and then his wife, and they get together and they, play dominoes or car spades or whatever. And it's just these really just good people. And his friend at the Ledger, who's a white male who's very good looking as well, and he takes him on one of the stories because he knows that Ed, the editor, is not going to believe that he actually solved this murder, right? So he has to, and Charles is like, no, I think you're, being paranoid or whatever. But then his eyes are open and he sees what Lloyd is seeing, because he just thought Lloyd was his friend. It wasn't his black friend or anything. And they were really cool, right? So this is good. I really enjoy it and I can't wait to finish it. And that's the Genesis Files. And that is that. Okay. And so now this starts another week, and this is what I'm reading this week. The Cartel by Ashley and Jaquavius. And I did see some of his books, a lot of his books without Ashley at the library on audio. And I didn't get any because I have the Cartel, the physical book that I'm reading this week, and also have the Cartel 2 and 3 in audio. If you did not get to see my library unhauling, the first one, not the one yesterday. So I got that. And then I did want to read the synopsis on this, but then I thought, if you want to know about this book, because I think I want to listen to this one next, and before, because I'm going to read the Cartel first and then start listen to the other ones, so I can get in this one, because I'll be done tonight with that one. So this is what's going in my CD player. I was going to play the Barack Obama, which is like right there. So anyway, but I'm not, because I'm already giddy. I don't think I need to read it. I read it and I really think I'm going to love this. This is No One Is Coming to Save Us, Stephanie Powell Watts. I showed you guys yesterday, but I just want to let you know this is what's going on next for this week. So I'll start these two, and I am just going to have a good week. I am enjoying this, the book and the art. And what I'm doing with the art, you guys, I'm actually creating a story. Like, the first one I painted is still like one of my favorites. And then the second one, I start this story. But what's happening is, because I'm listening to these audiobooks, and, African Americans can sure come up with some beautiful names. And so Aziza was in one of the stories that I listened to. And then I was going to name this character Azuri. And so she's dual-sided. So I've got an Aziza and an Azuri. So if you follow me on Instagram, I kind of give you a little bit of the story, or at least the characters' names. But today, listening to the ancestors, I'm going to pull a name from this book for the next painting or whatever, or one of the paintings. So it won't always go in order. I just wanted to let you guys know that's what I'm doing. That's how it has affected my painting, is the naming, and this little sci-fi story that's coming along in my head for the one that I just did last week with the naked lady and one sitting down there holding the orb. It's an orb, and I'll write the whole story down, but and I wrote some of it down, and I told my daughter about it, and it just kept unfolding and unfolding. And this particular character that I'm painting now with the two faces, she's like the supplier. It goes along with the other painting, and she's like the supplier of the orb that these people. I know it sounds crazy, but it is so good, and it's me. It's my story. I told you, if I could. My stomach is growling. I'm hungry. I've been doing good. I've been doing good. Drinking lots of water and eating a lot less. I ate one time today. I'm starving. I am so goddamn hungry, but I'm also fulfilled because I've had time to just think and not sit here and just be grubbing. Oh my God. And so you probably won't see a change until April or something. But anyway, that's that. And I also wanted to read this. because I was reading this before. Um, when anyone replies to a matter before he hears the facts, it is foolish and humiliating. The Bible. Anyway, so I wanted to read that because I've been meditating on that because I did this little thing. I don't know about you guys, but when my stuff comes up, not taken or misplaced, I immediately start, and I think I've told you this before, so I kind of want to make sure that I hold myself accountable. I immediately go, who took my stuff? When my kids come over here and take my CD, did somebody walk away with that book when they came over? Did somebody do the, where's that painting? I can't find it. I have found that painting. I tell you, just like I found this thing that I was supposed to send up, Musical Toddy, years ago. And so I read that scripture and I go, stop it, because you're being foolish and you need to hold yourself accountable for that. Read it a couple of times, meditate on that. So I did. I take my own medicine. Toddy. Hans J. Massaquoi, destined to witness. This is a story about an African-American male who is born in Russia under Hitler. And yeah, and surprisingly so, he just was not focused as much, you would think, on the black people. It was more on the Jews, as we all know, but you would think it would be even worse. And it was. I mean, he got taunted, he got bullied. Some of the teachers that were sympathetic to him because of the after. You just got to read the story. This is nonfiction. I did not know this man existed. And then he knows Dr. King. He knows all these, famous people. I'm like, who is this dude? Why didn't I hear about them? Why didn't I learn about him in my American education? Anyway, so it's destined to witness growing up black in Nazi Germany. Did I say Russia? I did. I used to live in Germany. But anyway, so I should have remembered that. And it's narrated by Peter J. Fernandez. And Peter J. Fernandez, I've listened to him before too, and he's a really good narrator. So you're going to enjoy it, Toddy. It is going to be on its way. I'm going to put that on my bed. That way I can make sure I put it in take it to work at least. It'll get at least close to the post office. Girl, so sorry. Let me see what y'all saying. And what time is it, Kia Danae? Oh, I got 6 minutes. 6 minutes. What else do I have? I don't want to read that synopsis. I did that. Oh, and also, you guys have seen this, but because I'm listening to this dannnnnngggg right now, this last story that I'm going to wrap up, I kind of want to start this too. Okay, the one I just got from the library, because I was looking at and reading the back today, and they're just kind of praising her for her short storytelling, and it's just like a brand new book, and I've never seen this before. So anyway, the introduction, this would make Najiri happy, is by Nalo Hopkinson. She does the forward, and she also does the blurb on the front. dannnnngggg's characters quietly move into your heart and take up residence. You love them, you fear for them, and they scare you half to death, says Nalo Hopkinson. And she does the forward. And you guys know I like to read every aspect of the book. To my true life forever man, Stephen Emery Barnes, I love you. Introduction, Nalo Hopkinson. And it's a short one. It's just that one page. And then it starts. And I kind of want to start it too but I'm going to go ahead and start with the cartel so that I can get invested in it and then add that one. But I still am also reading Solemn. But I do that. I jump around, so this year's not going to be any different. But the one that I definitely am going to finish this week will be Solemn, because I have to take that back. Actually, she rechecked it out for me, so I'm no hurry to read that one. So the cartel definitely will be done at the end of the week. And so, yeah, that's that. Okay. Yeah. My stomach is growling. So I am, okay, I read that. I'm Denise. Okay, there we go. And clapping Kia Danae. Oh, the brown hands. I like that. And that was to, I believe, to Toddy's comment. Oh my God, is the black dude in the concentration camp one? Yes, which I just showed. And I hope you enjoy it. I really think you're going to enjoy it. I remember, because that's when I was at the house and I was painting to that CD or audiobook, and I kept like just, because I always have it on rewind. So when it goes back, where it goes to the end and it starts all over again, and I just let it, and I would just be painting and I would like sit there quietly and go, oh my gosh, who is this guy? Like, I didn't know that all of this, but it's really good. You're going to enjoy it, and you're going to get a little frustrated, but you're supposed to, and you're human. And but what happened, man, is just from his point of view, and as a little child, and then his mother, and obviously, was a soldier. Just enjoy it. I cannot wait to hear your review on it whenever you do it. No rush, because obviously I didn't rush to give you the book. So, but I just can't wait to hear how you talk about this book. And this is one I hope, because you read Chintu and you shared it with your father, this is something that you and your father probably already knows, and if he doesn't, I think that the both of you will totally enjoy this. It is it's a lesson learned. Like, I almost want to keep it. Maybe that's why I haven't sent it to you for so long, but I haven't re-listened to it, and I'm not going to keep it. I'm just saying, I need that in my library, and I will get the physical book, since now I have listened to that possibly twice, because like I said, I let it rewind. And I want the physical book, because I always remember greater detail when I'm reading the physical word. As you guys know, when we're talking about the statistics of how easier it is to remember something that you've read and seen physically versus something that you've listened to. So, yeah. Anyway, I've got like what, possibly 2 minutes. Yep, 2 minutes, Denise. And I read Rose Madder as my first King novel. I loved it. Then read 11/22/63. 11/22/63 is so good on Hulu. It is good. It's like a mini, and then, I did the whole Dallas trip. I went there and took pictures. Not that I haven't been there before, but it was really cool to walk into the scene of that movie again, and then the Erykah Badu spot and the whole Kennedy thing, and it was just amazing. If you haven't watched it on Hulu, please do. If you don't have Hulu, it is really good. My favorite Stephen King, Dolores Claiborne, and the Tommyknockers, because I was really young when I read it, but I remember there was a character in there that I just really loved. And anyway, the Tommyknockers. But anyway, yeah. So, Misery, Kathy. Okay, I read that, and I read that. I loved Interview with the Vampire as the movie. Wasn't it haunting? But there was something beautiful. And Patrice is clapping. What's going on? Yes, ma'am. I would love to go. Still waiting on visit to Doc's bookshop. So how about we go the first of the month? I don't want to go to the book club again, because it's just that I can't commit to, like, and this is the sad thing, because I need to, like, get out and, like, meet with people and talk to them, and I really enjoyed it, but I just can't commit to that Saturday thing, because Saturday I like to do what I do, and I don't want my time broken up so much. And I think that's the thing that I have again, which I love doing Booktube Live, but that my days that I am off from my job, I'm still breaking up my time doing this, which I love to do, but I definitely don't want to have to go to a book club meeting per se. So we can go on I don't know how about Friday evening, like right after I get off of work, we could do that. And so I'll send you a message on Instagram. I'll send you my number, and then you could just text me and we could talk about the best time to go. I totally messed up. I was supposed to be interviewed on a blog for a young man that comes here in the live, Curtis, and I totally was painting, and my alarm went off. He called or sent me a message. I was like, oh my God, I am so sorry. Like, I'm painting, and so I have to schedule that again. And he has a podcast, and he wants to interview and talk to me about the blackout. So we'll do that. And anyway, I'm just getting all off topic, but we're over 1 hour, and I'm done. So that's real cool, associating with what you're reading into your art. Ashley Winbush, hi. Rebecca D, hi Denise, and interested in hearing what you think of No One Is Coming to Save Us. I can't wait to read it. I'm like really excited about it, because like I said, I just read the synopsis today, and I was going to read it here, but there's no need to, because there's so many, that book has gone around a lot and people know about it already. And so it's not new, it's just new to me right now. The Black Rose is so good, says KT. Hi KT. And I am going to copy and paste. If you guys haven't noticed, I have been successfully copying and pasting this whole chat into the recorded video. I have to wait a few moments because the recording will be up, but it won't let me comment for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So I have to just wait, and I keep trying, and then it'll open up, and then I can put it in the comment section. So I hope you guys don't mind. I told y'all before, but I hope you don't mind. So don't be saying stuff in the chat that you don't want the public to read. I just kind of want the people who are watching the recorded videos to actually, lost my chain of thought, to read the comments, and maybe you should get your behind in here, Joe Smith. No, I'm just joking. She said she's she's listening while she's doing chores or whatever. She said she's not painting. And hey, Nicole, who listens, and man, she's such a good artist. And so I hope that I'm speaking enough and there's not a lot of delay. And just you guys let me know that for those of you who are actually listening, and for those of you who somebody else, I got another message about doing a podcast, and I just don't. This is free. YouTube hasn't charged us yet. You know, they're trying to push back the island, you know, let all the people that have most, you know, these big followers on YouTube. Pretty soon YouTube, this is just my theory, pretty soon YouTube will be like television. They already have YouTube Red. They already have YouTube TV. Keep getting the message about that. No, I do not want it. I got stuff to do. But I think that it'll be where they may split it, where you do have that social media part of it, like this, for the people that are not interested in getting paid, or just smaller YouTubers that just like uploading and creating things. And then those who branch off will be tagged onto the YouTube bigger portion where they can make money off of you, and you can make money off of them and the advertisements. So that whole putting people out a little bit off of the island, so to speak. And yeah, I'm over. You know it. You knew. So anyway, but I'm going to stop because I got stuff to do. But you know what I'm saying. So anyway, with all that said, I'll see you guys next weekend, and I may make a video. I may not, because I do want to do episode 2 of Denise on Books, where I just talk about my current reads, and I'll be doing some reading from that. Rebecca, who likes to enjoys that. So I really appreciate that, Rebecca. Thank you so much. Keisha Forsaken. I finally watched the new It last night. I think I may read the book before the second movie. The book is so just delicious, just so beautiful. I just wanted to get some. Me and my son were just like salivating over them after we watched the movie. But I don't see that happening no time soon. I got too much stuff to do and read. She said, nope, y'all can keep that scary clown. But it's like so Americana with the little kids and the story. And it's total Stranger Things, you know, which, you know, he didn't get from them. They got from him. And so, yeah, I'm out. Hi, Karen Run Right Reads. Karen Run Right Reads has a subscription box. You guys already know who follow her channel, but if you do not, and if you are watching in the background and you are not typing in the chat room and you want to know, but you can see the chat, hopefully, if you are just lurking, like somebody said in the background. Lurking might seem bad, so I don't want to say that you guys are lurking. If you're watching and you're not commenting in the chat, most of the people here are in the chat room. Yes, I have to say this all the time because it's something called community that I am very invested in. And you know, some of us come here with a reason and a purpose and a love for books, and some of us also come here with a reason and a purpose to reach out and connect and stay connected and be connected and encourage connection. And so I think that I'm trying to do that more than anything else. So with all that said, she has a box, and you get all these wonderful snippets of her artwork and her experience with reading the book and around the city. And I think it's divine and it's cute, and I really like it. And I just think that, oh, and she also has a book, which I can't wait to order the books. I'm not going to get the box because I want the book, because I got enough art up in here. And I really enjoy your channel and all the creative ways that you are presenting yourself and your love for literature. So applause. Okay, that's for Karen, because I just really totally wonderful thing that's happening. And for I watched Alicia from Pretty Brown Eyed Reader do her unboxing, and it was so cool, and I loved it, and I smiled the whole time like it was my box or something. I was just like, oh, I love it, I love it, I love creativity. 4 minutes over, she's doing good. That was a long time ago. That is awesome. I love Karen's channel. It says Venetra's Book Club. I do too, and we're gonna love your channel too. We already do. I could do another 30 minutes. I'm just sitting here crocheting a scarf. Man, you crocheters, you know what I want? Anyway, because I'm gonna get back to my dogs, and that's one of the beauties of not having to upload and doing everything and staying off my internet on the phone and everything. 2019, I'm so looking forward to it. Just like I so looked forward to the 2018 during the blackout. I am enjoying this so much. I am so glad that I went to Houston in 2015 to meet those independent African American writers that led me to do this for myself. I'm glad that people are joining in, and I just appreciate it because it has changed some things. It has allowed me to get them into my life and in my artistic life. Like I said, with naming the characters after some of the characters that I'm hearing in the books. Yeah. So much different art forms on this channel. Painting, crocheting, writing, you all make my heart sing. I hear you, Karen. I agree. Let me go down, and we are done. So I'm going to put on Johnny because I could think of a million other things, and I could just sit here and talk all night, but I really can't. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love books more than you. Let's start a fight. A loving fight. I'm just kidding. Oh, I want to go to the Washington, D.C. Book Festival that I saw on Morgan Gill's Instagram. And then there was like people just like at the festival. Man, that was last year, and it was just, I want to go. I want to go to the Harlem Book Festival. So if you want to get me there, please donate to my PayPal account. I ain't got no shame. Buy some art, do something, because I got to get to these places. I want to go to every book festival in the world. Bye, y'all. It's been fun, as usual. Stop streaming, it says. Yes, locks and live. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like at the end of the year. I just love it. Bye, Steve Massey. Bye, Tasha. Bye, my beautiful family. Bye, Sabrina. Bye, Sherry. Bye, Tanya. Bye, Trinice. Bye, Sandra Ray, my homegirl in Kansas. Bye, all my Florida peeps. Hi, Tangela. She's my best friend in Florida, and I owe her a visit. That's what I need to go back to. I need to stop playing around. Get on the plane and go visit my best friend in Florida. Y'all like, you got a best friend? You don't do nothing. How you get friends? Somebody told me that one day. Bye, y'all. I'm still on. Bye.